What's up, guys? It's Sion, and I'm back, and you're looking at another episode of Should I Play? This week, we're going to be talking about DC Universe. Now, like I do with most Should I Plays, I give you 15 points, and the very first point is always price and plan, because I don't want to waste your time with 15 points and then tell you something, and then you decide that you can't afford it. So, number one, first off, that we're going to talk about is the price and plan and how much it costs. Now, this is a free-to-play game. It's very restrictive as free-to-play, so you kind of lean towards actually doing the monthly, and the cool thing about the monthly is that you pretty much get multiple games that you can play in the monthly, but it's going to be $14.99, and you pretty much unlock all content just the same way like last week's Elder Scrolls game is. You unlock all content in the game, and you pay the monthly fee of $14.99, and you can do everything. You're not that much limited, but you also get extra perks on top of that. With DC Universe, you get access to all DLC packs. You get 150 badges. Those are for dungeons, so you can replay dungeons. You get unlimited premium box unlocks, which is pretty good because you get a lot of those boxes, and they give you different types of cosmetic items and things like that, and other pretty good things like, I believe, base items, because there's bases in the game and stuff like that. So I'll get to that though. Unlimited in-game currency, so your currency isn't all screwed and like limited, because when you're free to play, you can't necessarily get currency beyond a certain level. It's like capped, and it becomes escrow and all that types of stuff, and it sucks. It really sucks, to be honest with you. You get more inventory slots. You get free daily vault access. You get the former league. You get 14 additional slots. You get 20 broker slots, which is in the bank, and you get 36 broker slots at the auction house. I'm sorry. You get 30 additional bank slots, 36 additional bank slots, which is very good because the bank is kind of very limited. And you get the trade items and cash. Now, the other thing that you get along with this and the premium benefits is you get PlanetSide 2 with all its premium benefits. I'm not going to talk about that because it's a different game. You get EverQuest 2, and you get EverQuest to go along with that. But that's pretty good for $14.99, even if you don't want to just necessarily just play DC Universe and you want to try PlanetSide, because PlanetSide's a pretty good game. EverQuest 2 is pretty solid. It's kind of old, but it's still solid. If you want even if you want to just go in and try these other games, it's still a good thing. So let's just get right into the 15. Now, number 2 is the character creation. Character creation is actually pretty good. It's a little bit dated, a little bit cheesy. It's cartoony, of course, because this is based off a comic book game. So it's not going to be all great and super graphics. Like, they have their stances and their styles that they kind of adhere to after all these years, and that much has not changed. You can make a pretty unique character, and if you get the premium benefits, you can start buying and get different things in the shop that'll actually help you with that and make you look a little bit different. So customization, I give the customization above average. It's not exquisite, like you're not going to be making super realistic type people, but it's okay. Number 3 is the cash shop. Now, the cash shop, to me, the cash shop's not really a cash shop. What happens is you pretty much get to buy things with Daybreak cash, and the Daybreak cash goes like from 500 to 1,000, and every 100 is worth $1 until you get to level until you get to $50, where they start to give you a little bit of discount. You get $45 will get you 5,000. Same thing when you go to 1,000. $85 will get you 1,000. So you can get different things like that. There's nothing truly in there that I believe that's pay to win. Like, I don't think there's anything in there that's pay to win. Although some people might disagree with me with some EXP stuff and stuff like that, but I don't pay any attention to EXP stuff. But if you want to go for best value and you feel that you want to put money into this game, the best value is at $85, where you get the 10,000, because you get 1,500 extra on your money. So that's something that you should think about, and if you want to put something into like the costumes and stuff like that, because they're pretty good costumes. Again, this is the DC comic book game, so you can go ahead and try that. Number 4, the auction house and selling things. The auction house is pretty good. You have to keep in mind that people undercut a lot in this game. They're a little cutthroat, more than I've seen in other games. So you got to pay attention, man. Don't ask around if you feel something is a price, and weigh your options. Look at stuff a little bit on the shop before you sell different things, and just be a little bit more cautious, because nobody's going to feel sorry for you. They're just going to, pretty much, if you undercut something too badly, they're just going to take it. Just the way it rolls. But with that said, is you can, as long as you have a premium account, you can make a little bit of cash. Now, free to play account, you're very limited. Free to play, very, very limited. So that's something to think about. Graphics, like I was telling you, the character customization is pretty like with like everything just has its own type of feel. You feel like you're in a comic book, and that's the way you should feel. You should feel like you're in a comic book, and that's the way the world looks. And I appreciate it for what it is, like, you know, the historic locations like Gotham and, you know, Daily Planet, all that types of stuff. And you know, you're just used to that type of stuff. You see it in the comic books, and when you get to actually play it out and do different things in the game, it looks kind of good. So I give them a little bit of a pass with that. I don't expect them to be super worldly with the graphics, but it's cool. The comic books. The number 6 combat and spells. There's a lot. There's a lot of customization, and you guys hear me say this all the time in my videos. I like when you have customization with skills. There's a lot of customization with skills. There's a lot of movement canceling. I love that too. I don't talk about that a lot, but movement cancels and skill cancels and attack cancels, where you can start making up your own combos and doing different things that not necessarily are supposed to be in the game, but they are in the game, and that it shows skill to actually do that. There's a lot of that in this game, and that makes it fun in PvP, but we're gonna get to that later. Storyline and plot and quest, of course, man, this is a comic book game. There's plot, there's story, there's quest, there's a ton of it. If you're into story, if you're into the comic books, the DC comic books, you got this. It's right here for you. It's just totally right here for you. You can have so much fun and just follow along with stuff that's happening in the comics and new stories that are coming into this particular game. You can get lost in it. That's one of the few things that I can say that you could definitely get lost to in the game. Classes are. The classes are fine. There's a lot of different hero archetypes, and that's what they're called. There's like the stuff you can be somebody based off of Batman. You can be somebody based off of Superman, Wonder Woman. You could be based off the Green Lantern, like the Flash. There's all different types of things in the game. Like maybe Raven. Like you get like spells and mystical stuff, and there's a lot of different class types in the game. There's got to be something for everybody. They even got the red lanterns in here, like, you know, like the yellow lanterns and stuff like that. If they might overdo it putting all the other lanterns. There's like, isn't there like 8 of them or something like that now? So they might overdo that, but there's a lot of stuff in this game. There's a lot of classes that you can be. I think recently they just put in atomic power. So yeah, there's a lot of classes. Alt and replay value. I would say, yeah, it's not that hard to level in this game. The quest, just going through the quest, you can do it a different way if you like to, and experience different things, like go to a different city, have a different hero mentor and stuff, and maybe do that 2 or 3 times, and then you can have like 2 or 3 alts. I say there's a good chance of alt and replay value, so you can have a little bit of fun with that more than most games. Dungeons, there's a ton of dungeons. There's a ton of 2-man duo dungeons, raid dungeons, normal questing, stuff out in the field, the world events and world raids, and then special event raids. And then you have like when they come in with new chapters, or not, they're not called chapters, they're episodes, like new episodes so like there's always something added into the game. They do a good job of putting content into this game. It never seems to be going on for too much longer where you just don't have anything to do. Give them props for that. They do a very good job of that. They like Skyforge. Skyforge is another game that has a lot of content all the time and always keeps stuff into the game. And you see Blizzard has just announced that they want to be like that too. So DC Universe does a good job of that. Trade skills. It's not so much in this game. I don't really think that trade skills are a thing so much. There's a lot of different things that you can do, like different stuff that you can build up over time, like in your, I believe, in your home base. I think that's the best way that's the best and only thing that you can really say is trade skills. There's no like building up different things, but your base you can build up. You can build up you have a sidekick. You can build up the power of your sidekick by doing different things. So, and you can't have I believe it still might be in, I'm not sure, but I think you still can't have a sidekick without having premium. So that's another thing that might encourage you to go to a premium membership for $14.99. Like, they have the best premium membership out of any company. I'm not even trying to like sell you anything, but you get a lot for that for $14.99. You get 4 games basically for $14.99. This is basically like what is $3.50 a game? Yeah, like $3.75 or something like that a game. $3.75 a game. That's a month. That's pretty good. I'll give them props for that. PvP number 12. PvP in this game is straight up skill based. You need to be good. You need to learn how to counter, sidestep, block people, know when to combo, know when not to combo, know when not to go in all the way, and know when to put your big hits. And people do a good, like, PvP in this game is really fun once you get good at it. You can rage out and try to noob up and mash buttons and all that type of stuff, but you're not gonna beat the good people. The good people are gonna hand you your ass left and right. Even the game itself will hand you your ass left and right, because the game kind of is a little bit smart when it comes to comboing and stuff like that, fighting different bosses. They have some good AI, so PvP in this game is actually really good. Have PvP instances, 2-on-2, 4-on-4, that types of stuff, and it's pretty good. The only thing is they don't really have like a super big battleground PvP. I wish they did. That would be fun. I really wish that they had a super big battleground for that. I don't think they did. I don't think there is a super big battleground for that. I believe it's all instance and maybe a little bit compacted. But if they ever did like a super big battleground, like just, and not even like guild versus guild, nothing like that. I'm just talking about like maybe like 20 people going at it or something like that, everybody for themselves. That would be funny. I would like to see that. That would be hilarious. I don't think that exists in the game though, but if it did, or if it does, then no, that's something different. But I don't think it does, because I never seen it. Maybe it wasn't unlocked to me. I'm at 30. I don't know where it would be at, but I haven't seen it. Guilds are okay in this game. I don't really think they serve that much of a higher purpose, other than everybody getting into a group and doing missions and stuff like that. There's a little bit PvP going on with it, but guilds have fallen by the wayside rather. The recent years in MMO, people really aren't trying that hard with it. Guilds are kind of like just like the social hangout where everybody wants to identify, but didn't go their own separate way. So it's neither here nor there. Raids and end game. When you get to 30, you would think that the game, hey, well, I'm at end game and everything else. The game is not over, man. Like that's like when the game starts. It's like you should start the game at level 30, to be honest with you, because you ain't done nothing until you got to level 30. And I'm being totally honest with you. We get to 30, that's when you start getting like big alerts and going off on big missions and doing different raid moments. And it's actually really easy to get into that stuff. Like a lot of people are doing, a lot of people are always grinding it and farming it. There's a lot of different stuff going for us. That's where the lore and the storyline and the plot and the quest come in, because there's a ton of it. That's why when I say you haven't done anything yet until you get to 30 max level, you really have not. That's when the stories open up. That's when you start getting to do everything that you have always seen in the game, and all different episodes like the Amazon Fury and the Battle for the Light and all that type of stuff, all those storylines. It makes you feel like you're playing comic book arcs, and that's the way it should be. This is a comic book game, and they do an excellent job of that, so I give them props on that. So 15, we're going to wrap this up with. I can't even believe I talked this long about this game, but sometimes when something deserves it, they deserve it. The conclusion in all of this is, should you play? Yes. Free to play, you are not going to enjoy it. I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. It's too restrictive. There's just no way. You can play it for a little while and then kind of like force your way up until stuff like that. But then the gear and everything else is gonna be gated, because you're gonna need DLC to get other raid quality gear and stuff like that. And I've always disliked when games do stuff like that, and that's the thing in this game. This game does that. It restricts you a hell of a lot when it comes to free to play, to the point where you're like, damn, I can't do nothing else. Let me drop $14.99 and see what that's like. Then you get hooked on it, because now you got all that stuff hooked, on you. And I understand why they need to do that, because they need to make money, but at the same time, it's just too restrictive free to play. So I can't give it as high a score as I gave to Elder Scrolls last week. I gotta hit them with the 2.4 out of 3. And should you play it? Yes, but not as free to play. You will not like it. Now this, being honest, I know other people are probably going to agree, and other people are like, oh, you're being too hard on it, but it's the truth, man. This is a pay to play game. It has a free to play freemium on it going on, but it's not even worth doing, because you're so restricted that you just will not enjoy it the proper way. You will enjoy this game as a $14.99 game. Do not expect it to be a high graphical game. It's not a high fidelity game. It's just a fun game. That's all there is to it. I hope you understand everything that I said. I hope you get a lot out of this, and hope you get in there, and I'll see you. I play the game. If you wish for me to play with you, let me know. Tell me your name and description. Tell me if there's another game that you would like to see me do or should I play, and that I have not covered in the list. And while we're talking about that, on the bottom left is going to be the should I play list. On the bottom right, it's going to be the MMO show. The top right is going to be Lady Legacy, and the top left is going to be a random video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share the video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.